Today's hazard, we're going to look at overhangs and parapet walls. And on this shopping center is a perfect example. To see the parapet wall. It's approximately 4 to 5 feet high. And it overhangs the sidewalks approximately another 6 feet. Now what you must understand is that once fire gets into these parapet walls, it will travel the whole length of the building. And look at all that is over you while you're trying to extinguish the fire, while you're entering the store, when you're entering the structure, when you're laying your hose lines down. You must understand what's over on top of you. And these are only held up by small bars. But once fire gets in, and once fire or water gets into these structures, they will collapse. And it's right in the zone that you're fighting a fire at. Laying your lines right there, your lines are going to be there, people are going to be walking in and out of the structure right there. So that's one of the dangers that we must understand when we're fighting a fire in this type of structure. We must understand that we must ladder the building from the rear of the structure because of the size of this parapet wall. Another thing to look at is look at the heating and the cooling systems on top of the structures. The weight of these structures on top of steel frame buildings. They will collapse when the roof structures are attacked by fire. Now, this is an ordinary shopping complex. It's probably built in the 1950s, 1960s. So gravity has been weighing on these buildings for many years. Just look at the overhang, look at the depth. These are the things that must be looked at. Because fire will enter these structures. It will travel the length of the building. And it will collapse on top of firefighters. So we must always have these in our minds anytime we're fighting a fire. Slow down. There's no rush. There's a rush in saving lives, but we also must slow down and look at the big picture. Where are we going? What are we entering? What is the structure made of? Where is the fire going? What is to the front of me? What is to the back of me? What is on top of me? What is below me? What is to my right? What is to my left? Please, be safe out there. And here's another parapet wall. And look what it's held up with. Steel 2x4s, steel braces that I can crush just by stepping on it. And look at the size of that parapet wall. Once that gets damaged by fire, once our water hoses start flowing, that will collapse on top of you. And it's right in the zone where we're laying our hose lines, laying our firefighters walking in and out of the structure. And look at the size of it and the length of it. And once one part of it collapses, the whole thing is going to collapse. Again, look at the overhang. Fire will travel through that area.
Why are you sneaking out? Well, because it looks so funny. Don't you think it looks weird? Like when somebody is blatantly just going to grab the air freshener. You know where they're going.
You blatantly take the newspaper with you. So, like, what do you think we think you're doing?
My favorite is he brings that paper back and he wants us to read the same paper.
I'm hoping that you guys are
Doing your own thing. You don't even notice that for some reason. All right, you know what, T, and you're
so embarrassed right now. I'm so embarrassed.
Please, I have a list of things you should be much more embarrassed about. We all do this, T. To your defense,
Another parapet wall. And look at the hazard right there, the large storage tank of chlorine.
And I'll like one little snack. But I'll think
Now here's another building. We'll pan up to it. A small, self-contained structure. Look what's on the roof. Look at all that's on the roof of this small structure. You go in there and a firefighter to fight a fire. On this metal deck roof. Look what's over you. Fire reaches the cockloft area, the attic area, travels through it, unknown by you. All the years that this structure's been here, the grease is built up, travels throughout that structure. They have a smell of smoke, you don't see any fire, the fire's up over your head, and look what's over your head. In a matter of time, these will collapse. Again, a similar building right next to it. Single building by itself. Pan in, look at the AC units on top. Look at the weight on top of this building. Look at the weight that is pulling down on these trusses that have been here for 50, 60 years. Please be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of every structure that you enter.